This conference will now be recorded.
Just a second here, it's loading. Okay.
We
Give
can't
me a
hear
second.
you, Kumar. Okay, okay.
I didn't speak anything. I started just now. Okay. I'm trying to open the classes.
Okay, gotcha.
You can see that, huh? Okay, there will be a mute button over there. You can see I will be mute if I'm not speaking anything. Okay. Okay. Now it got open. Okay. Now you can see we have used the inner outer exit and all those things we have seen. Okay. So now let's say I want to get the line amount or total amount. Okay, total amount for the sales order. Okay, and not from the total amount using the sales order table. I want to get it from the lines. How to do that? Now I will use while select sales table, and then join sales line where sales table dot sales ID equal to sales line dot line ID. Now I want to get the total amount. How I can get? I need to use sum of line amount. Okay. Now I will get the line amount. Next thing, you need to use group by sales line dot sales ID, because in sales table sales ID will be unique, so I am taking the sales line. Okay. Now here I will say info and then strfmt string format. I will use %1, or let me write it as sales ID hyphen %1 comma total amount hyphen %2 comma sales line dot sales ID and then sales line dot line amount. Okay, I'm using the group by here. Let's see how it is going to work. Okay, I will add a breakpoint here and then I will run. Let's wait for a minute, it will load. Record is already started. Okay. Now this is all about the select statements. Okay, this is all about the select statements. So along with the select statements, as I told you, we have few more things. Okay, what are those? We have AOT queries, we have XPP queries. Okay, now we will go for the next one, AOT queries. Okay, before starting with the AOT queries or the XPP queries, I want to show you something here. Okay, I want to show you something. Okay, just a second. And actually, I don't want to just copy a diagram and then paste it over here. I want to show you directly from the MSDN itself. Okay, we will call it as query object model, and let me check in MSDN. Okay, okay, this is what is the called query object model. And let me copy this image. Okay, because this is what I use. If you want to get it, you can also get it from MSDN. That's very easy. Where did it go on? Okay, copy image, paste. Okay, I don't know why it is not allowing to paste. Yeah, now I got it. Good. Okay, and now in this query object model, you can see there are set of classes. Okay, so what are the set of classes? Query run, query, query build data source, query build field list, query build range, query build dynalink. Okay, and then again you will have the query build data source, and then again you will get the field list, range, link, data source. It will go. You can see one query build field list is one. Query build range, you can have n number of ranges, you can have n number of links, you can have n number of data sources attached to the parent data source. Attached to the parent data source. Now, what is the purpose of these classes? What is the purpose of each class here? Now, first thing, query. What is it? Query. What is a query? So if you want to execute, if you want to fetch something from the database, okay? If you want to execute, and then if you want to fetch something from the database, we are going to use a query. Okay? So we will call this query as the top level of the query definition. Okay? This class will hold the properties of a query. Okay? This class will hold the properties of a query. Second one is query run. As the name indicates, run. This is used to execute the query and fetch the data. The query run is used to execute the query and fetch the data from the database. And the next one is query build data source. As the name indicates, it is used to define access to a single data source. Okay, here you can see it's mentioned as n because a query can have n number of data source, but each instance of the query build data source will hold a single instance of the data source. Okay, each instance will hold a single instance of the data source, and then each and every query build data source can have one field list. Query build field list means one data source, it will have only one set of fields here. Then what will you do with multiple query build field lists? You should have only one of them, which is what this indicates. And then each and every data source you can define n number of ranges, n number of ranges, which is why we have query build range here. We have query build range here. And then if you want to create a link dynamically, we will use query build dynalink. Okay, if you want to create a relation with the external record dynamically, then we will use query build dynalink, and it continues. Okay, and there is one more called query build link. Okay, if you have a direct relation between two tables and you want to join them, you can use query build link to join between them. Okay, so this is about the query object model, and this is about the query object model. Oh, it says there are some errors. Good. uh what does it say? It says invalid token group by. Good. Okay, Let me do one thing. Let me take this group by and let me paste it over here, and then it says sum of line amount. Okay, join invalid token join. Why? Okay, let me change this to sales line dot line amount. Let me save this now. Okay, now it is saying local variable. Good.
I think in the group by clause there should be sales table dot sales ID.
Oh, 1 second. It does. It should not matter. Okay. You might have sales table dot sales ID or sales line dot sales ID. It should not matter. Okay, because both are same tables, which is why I'm checking. Because this group by generally we will add at the beginning. Save. Let me check now. It should not matter. Even if you have sales table dot sales ID or sales line dot sales ID, it should not matter because I want to show you with sales line dot sales ID, which is why I use it sales line. Otherwise, I can use sales table. Okay. Let us run and check now. So this is how the query object model is defined. And now, whatever the AOT queries that we will create, you will see the queries can be created within a fraction of time. The queries can be created within a fraction of time. Whereas coming to the select statements, you need to write them and it's a lot of burden. And 90% of the times when I ask developers or in the sessions when I ask my students, they will simply say, we want to write AOT queries. Okay, because they are very simpler. AOD queries are very simple to write. Whereas coming to the XPP queries or select statements, na, it's anyways a code thing, so it will be somewhat difficult. Okay, but performance-wise, all the three are same. There will be no difference. Just a second, it's loading. it says statements completed, but I did not hit the breakpoint. Can you see here? Why I did not hit the breakpoint? Can anyone tell me? Okay, let me add a breakpoint here. Can anyone tell me?
Did not find any row.
Why I did not find any row? Because between sales table and sales line, we have created a few records.
Did we create buffers? Table buffers?
If you don't create table buffer, it will throw compile error.
No matching record.
Maybe because
Okay.
of group by.
Sorry.
Maybe because of group by, we have given after while selector. That group by should be in end of the statement.
It can be anywhere. Okay. 1 second. Let me open SQL as well. And whatever the query that I have here, let me write. Select star. Okay. Okay. First of all, let me take star from AMA sales table. Join AMA sales line on AMA sales line dot sales ID equal to AMA sales table dot sales ID. Okay, this is what we write. Now here it is returning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 records, and then I will do group by AMA sales line dot sales ID. Okay, and I will use AMA sales line dot line sales ID. Okay, now if I execute, how many records did I get? I got 3 records, comma, sum of AMA sales line dot line amount. Okay, I got 3,000, 5,500 and this one. Okay, now let's say if I comment this group by, let me execute. Okay, so it is asking me to remove this sales ID, and let me do one thing. I will take this sum, I will remove this, execute. I got 13,000 because there is no group by, so it will take the all sales ID. Okay, and I will take this, I will take the group by, and I will add one more AMA sales line dot data area ID, comma, because 90% of the times this is one thing that everyone will forget. Okay, so if you are using data area ID, okay, all the 3 belongs to USRT. Okay, now let me go and check. It has hit the breakpoint here. While select sales table, group by sales line, and let me press F10. It is not going inside. Yep. And you can see the company as well as USRT. Why it is not going inside? I want you to tell me. Yeah, it's very, very simple logic. Okay, we are missing something in the query.
Group by, we need to add one more column, that line amount.
See here, sales table dot sales ID equal to sales line dot line ID. Is it matching condition?
No. Yeah.
Okay, see here, because now currently I am discussing the group by topic. So all your concentration went on group by. But you should remember what we are doing. First of all, you need to correct the query and then you need to check. Okay, you need to check the whole query. You should not concentrate only on what I'm saying. Okay. Oh, I think it will take some more time. Okay. Let's wait for a minute. It's loading. I thought of discussing aortic queries today, but I don't think the time will be sufficient. And it has hit the breakpoint. Now let me press F10. And now it came inside, and it is printing the info as 1001, 3000, 1000 to 5500. But we have multiple line records. Okay. So this is how we will work with group by. Okay, this is how we will work with group by. Got it? Yeah. So this is about group by today. Actually, I want to break here because I want you to practice all these things. And tomorrow I will start with aortic queries. Okay. Tomorrow I will start with aortic queries. Yeah, now it's your time. Please let me know if you have any queries. And now you know how to write the where conditions. What is group by? See here, group by does nothing here. Okay. So it will simply check group. If you have one single ID with multiple records in the transactions, you can group all the transactions into once, and then you can get the aggregate of it. Okay, that is what is the purpose of group by. Got it? That is what is the purpose of group by. Yeah, now it's your time. Please let me know if you have any queries. If there
And
are no
order
queries,
by, yes, and
order by
can you
already
repeat?
discussed.
Yeah,
See here,
okay, yeah.
order by is used for ordering the data. Sorting the data either in the ascending order or in the descending order, we will use order by.
Okay, we also have ascending and descending in the options, right?
Yeah, that's what. If you want to sort on the ascending order, you will use
Okay,
ASC. By default, it will sort in the ascending order. If you don't specify anything, it will sort in the ascending order. If you are
okay,
specifying descending explicitly, it will get in the descending order.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Okay.
Hi, Kumar. In the last
Yeah.
query, if you are using where condition
Huh?
to define the link between sales table and sales line table, what is the use of join here?
Didn't get you. If without join, how can you join the? How can you get the transactional records? I want the transaction. I want to get all the transactional records, which is why I applied the inner join. Because I have one sales ID. For that one sales ID, I have multiple sales lines. I want to get them all. I want to aggregate and then I want to get them all.
So can we use this group by function without while select?
Without join, yeah, you can do that.
We
If
can do
you
that.
can use the group by without join without while select as well. At that time, it will return only one record. That's the only
Okay.
difference. Okay, if there are no queries, I will end session for everyone.
Just a small doubt. It's not related to this one, but normally in programming language, we will write some loops and then we will start creating the data. Then we will create a variable and start the, adding the value to that particular variable. A equals to A plus plus like that. Correct. So in this, we are not doing like that. So I'm not sure whether we will be using that kind of, or we will be using some in most of the cases.
See here, not like that. Currently, I am using while select. Okay. Now, if you remember, I told you about collection classes. Okay. In the collection classes, what I have done, I have added elements to the list. So what we need to do is, if you want to do that, here, let me consider. Okay. Let me write some piece of code. I will take one list, and then I will say address list equal to new, and then you can use list. Here you can say types, and here you will have record. Okay, this record is used to store the record. Now you can simply say while select AMA address. Did I create the table for this? No, address it is. Okay, address, and here in this loop add address dot, you can use, oh sorry, address list dot add start or add end, whatever you want to use, you can use it. Okay, add end and then add address. Okay, here we are adding to a list. Later on you can traverse through the list and then you can do whatever you want. That's up to you here, whether you want to add in a loop, add to a list, add to a set. It all depends on the requirement. Because if you are getting the data, if you are manipulating the data immediately, there is no need to add it to the list. Let's say you have some big logic and in that you are trying to use some multiple tables, then you can define a list and then add it to the list, and then you can manipulate the data. You can do it in any ways. That's up to you. Okay,
Okay.
next. Okay, so if there are no queries, I will end session for everyone. Thanks all for the session. Let's meet again tomorrow same time. Thank you all. Bye.